Hello everyone, welcome back to the Beauty Professor. I'm Miss G, and today I'm going to teach you how to use Demi. It's Seint's color correction. I'm going to teach you how to color correct dark circles, age spots, redness on the face, and then I'm also going to apply a very light coverage of Seint Makeup on top, and then you're going to see this final look at the end. If you'd like to learn how to do this, stay tuned and let's create magic. So we are going to jump right in. Today I am going to teach you how to color correct under the eyes, and I'm going to teach you how to color correct dark spots caused from sun damage, freckles, maybe a mole, redness around the nose, redness around the chin. And then you're going to want to stay tuned until the end because I am going to do a beautiful look featuring these beautiful shades by Seint Makeup. I'm going to do a soft pinky, a warm pink eye with a lip that is red for Valentine's Day, but it's going to be a glossy red lip. I'm also going to show you how to do light coverage with Seint Makeup. So you definitely want to stick around and see all that. Okay, so let's get started. So this is my compact. I'm working out of the compact that holds 27. I have my Demi right here, and Demi is a part of Seint. It is their color correction line, and this is what attracted me to Seint in the very first place, because I could not find an under eye corrector to correct these dark circles that did not dry out and crack later in the day. And once I bumped into this, I just fell in love with Seint completely. So let's start with correcting this red on my face. So if you don't want to wear makeup, maybe you just want to correct some distractions on your face, this is the way you can do it. You can get a very natural look, but still have very pretty skin, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So on the color wheel, we can see red. Across from red, looks blurry to me, but I have my glasses off. Across from red is green. So if you blend red and green together, you're going to get brown. They cancel each other out. So that's the science behind color science. You use the opposite shades, blend it on top of it, and it cancels it out. It's amazing. All right, so I'm going to be teaching you about brushes too. And first, I'm going to put some gloss on my lips. They need some moisture. This is a plumper I like to use. It's called to roll. It works nicely, but I'm not too crazy about the smell. I'm going to set that. So I'm on the search for something better. So let's talk about brushes. To do the job right, I always say you have to have the correct brush. So the smaller the area that we want to color correct, the smaller the tip of the brush should be. So all of Seint's brushes are dual-ended. This is the spot brush. It is to correct little spots. So I'm going to be working of this little spot right here. I'm going to turn this light on so you can see better. Let's see. I have a little spot right here. I'm going to color correct. I have a brown spot here, brown spots here. We're going to color correct all this. So for little spots, I'm going to be using this brush. Okay, then we have what is called the bright brush. This is going to be for a little larger area, so maybe the work around my nose would be good for this. And they also have this nice end to blend out. This is the brush I work with the most. This is called the blur brush, and I use this one the most underneath my eyes, under larger areas that I'm going to be working on. And then the last Demi brush is this one, and this is called the wash brush. This is nice if you have an area of melasma like I do, where I just want to maybe color correct this whole sides of my cheek. Can you see this melasma? I have it down here. I have some around my forehead. So I would probably use this brush to color correct that. And then after I color correct, then I'm gonna go over the top of it with Seint Cream Makeup lightly. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. There's a lot of questions. Do you put it on before? Do you put it on after? Do you just leave it on by itself? Yes, yes, and yes. You can do all three of those. So I'm gonna show you what I like to do for a light coverage makeup look. So let's get started. So I already showed you about the green. So I'm gonna go in with the bright brush. I'm gonna color correct this red. So I'm going into this green. Now I'm gonna pop these out so you can see them and I can read what they are. So this is YG1. So it has a little bit of yellow in it, has a little bit green in it. And you're just gonna pick up the slightest amount. A little bit goes a really long way. So I'm gonna work with my mirror down here. Right, I'm gonna move it to my face here so I don't have to bend over. Okay, I think that's gonna work. My mirror's right here. So I'm going to go and brush this on. I just like to brush it on first. I have really red under nose area. And let's diffuse this first. So you can see it happening. That red is disappearing. I love working with Demi because it's just like magic before your eyes. So I'm gonna dab in a little bit more. And I'm just color correcting, just dabbing this in. It's like a little stipple motion. And it's the tiniest bit. You cannot see this in person, up close. Okay, the next place I have some red is my chin. So I'm just gonna dot this across my chin. And then I'm gonna flip this brush over and blend this out. And you can see how this red is diffusing right before your eyes. It is amazing. There are days where I just wear Demi. I don't want to wear makeup, but I want to look like I have pretty skin. I'm going to erase some of these spots, some of this redness. Okay, I have a patch of red right here. So I'm going to color correct this. I'm working up close too today so you can see, and I have a different light in front of my face. I'm hoping this helps. And I have a patch of little spider veins that are red. And some spider veins over here. Poof, they're gone. And I'm just gonna go back and blend this. And if you need a little bit more, just go in and tap on it. And there we have it. Let's see if I have any more red. I have a little red spot here. Oh, can you see that? Get rid of that. See if I have any more. I think I have a little red spot here. Just going to dab that on. And I think I'm good. I think I got all the red. Now sometimes I use this underneath my eyes. Let's do it on top of my eyelids because they tend to get red. So I'm gonna come in close so you can see, just dabbing it on here. I like to place it and then I like to blend it out. But you can do that, this is personal preference. So I'm just blending it in. It does a very nice job getting that redness out of the eyelids. There we have it. All the red on my face is gone. So this YG1 cancels red. And I love it for under my nose. I use this every day under my nose. All right, so let's move on to the next shade. Let's do some brown spots. So I have, let's see if you can see, I have some right here. I have a patch right here. I have a few right here. And then I have a strip of melasma here and like a larger patch of melasma there. So melasma we can think of as brown. And pink shades, warm peach shades help to cover melasma, sunspots, or dark spots. So we think of them as green. Here's green on the color wheel. We are going to go across from green, and you can see we're going to use red, oranges. So it takes some playing around with to figure out what's best for your skin tone. Mine does best with 01, 03, and 01. So this one's 03, this one's 01. The 1 and the 3, the 1 means there's less pigmentation. 3 means there's more pigmentation. So 01 is going to be for lighter, discoloration. This would be for darker. So I'm going to go in with this 01. I'm going to correct this freckle first. And I'm going to come in here so you can see. And I'm just going to, I'm using the same brush. Oh, let's switch brushes. Let's use this one. This little spot brush. And I'm going to pick up some 01. And then I'm going to just touch that little freckle that bothers me. That's gone. So I have some areas right here that bother me. One right here. And it is just the most fun thing to do. Go around and erase just the spots that bother you. I have some dark spots on my lip. See, I got one right here. Are you seeing how that just disappears? Okay, so I have some a dark one right here. Let's go in here. And here. And here. Now, my skin tone is pretty fair, so 01 works nicely on me. You may need 03. It does take some playing around, which is nice about purchasing the Demi edits because they give you a lot of different shades to play around with at a discounted price. So there's some up here. And this brush is nice. And I have a little one up here. Okay, so I have a little mole right here. I'm just gonna, I don't mind that it's not gonna get rid of the texture or the bump, but it's gonna get rid of that little brown spot in it. And then I have a mole here. Let's cover up it. Look at that, poof. It's not gonna get rid of the texture, but it will diffuse the color. And then right down here, I have a spot, a couple spots. This is the area I have melasma. And then I'm just going to, since it's a larger area, I'm just gonna blend this color out. Just place it all over here. Now we can go into the wash brush. I'm going to use this end since it's a larger patch. And just pick this up. And then I can just go right back and forth in this larger patch. This is also a nice brush to do contour with and add blush. Yes, you can do your contour with Demi. Okay, and then I have a patch right here. And now I don't. Well, I can go over this for a long time, but I am pretty happy with that. So I got rid of the major distractions on my face. And I'm going to move on. Next, I like to apply my Seint cream makeup, and I save under my eyes for last. So let's do that. So I am going to go into my first, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do the brightening highlight first. My mouth's not working today. Brightening highlight first, which is gonna go into the center of my face to brighten out everything. And then I am going to use this brush, this little brush called the blend brush. This brush is going to give us light coverage. I color corrected, so I don't have to go in with a lot of coverage today because when you're looking at me, my skin looks pretty nice. Okay, remember I'm 52, so I'm not perfect anymore, or ever was. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and pick up a little bit. Oh, I went into the main shade. That's okay. So let's do the main shade first. So this is the main highlight. This is gonna go where I want to add a little bit of coverage. So I'm just dotting this on top of the Demi, and I'm gonna just place it lightly where I want to even out the skin tone. I'm gonna go on top of the Demi, and you can see I'm not doing this motion because if I do that motion, I'm gonna wipe all that work away. So we don't wanna do that. We wanna just dab in. This combination is so pretty because as we age, we don't want a full face of makeup on there. It can make us look older. But I really feel like this is the best method. You could do a medium coverage over this, but I wanted to do real light coverage today. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend that out. So I'm just pressing it in. I'm just applying the smallest amount. Press, 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 pressing it in. I'm gonna dab back in and get a little bit more. Go on top of this melasma. I've had it taken off, but it just keeps coming back. If you know anything that gets rid of melasma, let me know. We've tried it all. All right. Now I'm gonna go flip the brush over and I'm gonna go into my brightening shade right here, my brightening highlight. And I'm gonna dip in and I'm going to brighten up the center of my face to start building dimension. I'm going in lightly. Down my chin. I'm saving. I'm gonna do in this marionette line to brighten this up because we have dark shadows there as we age. So if you put your brightening shade right there, it brightens it up. You can watch it on camera. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm just dabbing that in. I'm gonna go back and blend this in. Look how pretty this coverage is. Now, if you happen to disturb where you placed your Demi, you can just go on top of this and fix it. There are no rules. A little bit up here. Okay, so there is my coverage. It looks pretty nice. You cannot see this up close. This is a very natural, very light. I can't feel it at all. I can't feel this makeup. Any sort of coverage. I don't know, I slipped on my face over here. The pillow marks right here. I just woke up. Okay, so you can see I disturbed this freckle that drives me crazy. It's not really, it just drives me nuts. I don't like it. So I'm gonna go back into my 01 and my spot brush, and I'm just gonna cover that up. Okay, now it's gone again. And this is a good time just to go back over anything else that I missed. So there's a little brown spot here. And so you can just go over what you just want to correct. Because I did a very light, very, very light. I like to take this, my marionette lines too. Okay, so now let's do underneath the eyes. You are going to be shocked and amazed. This is always shocks me, and it's one of them. I have fun. I get so excited when I do it. So let's do that next. All right, now I'm going to show you how to color correct dark circles under the eyes. Now, all of our eyes have different problems. If you look at mine, I have some red in here, I have some purple, and then on the tops here, I have discoloration from the sun. So I have sun damage from the sun hitting the tops of my cheeks. I didn't wear sunscreen growing up. Our generation just didn't do it. In fact, I baked in the sun. So I have some sun damage here. I don't have too much, thankfully, yet, but I wear my sunscreen now. So let's look back at our color wheel. So I'm just going to cover up, let's start with the darkest spots first. And it's in the purple range, reddish range. So if we look at purple on our color wheel, across from purple is orange. So I have those great shades, the the 03 and the 01, which is going to do a great job. I'm going to use the 03 on this darker area under here, and I'm just going to use the blur brush. I love this brush. This is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to just go around in a circle and pick up the smallest amount, and then I'm just working on the darkest areas. This gives the most prettiest under eye coverage for a mature woman. We get all this texture under here, the fine lines and wrinkles, crepiness, and if you put a bright shade there, it's just going to draw attention to it. Concealer, regular concealer, dries that area and makes it even worse. So isn't that amazing? Look at that side, look at that side. Seeing is believing. So let's go get this dark side here. And I'm just pushing this into this dark area, going down, really dark under this eye, just pressing it on. And it is the smallest amount. One of these little waxes, one of these little tints are gonna last you a very long time. I think I'm going on 7 months on mine, and you can't even tell I use it. And I use it, I do these tutorials all the time, so I use my makeup all the time. Okay, so I have diffused the dark circles underneath, I mean the really dark ones right there. I also have a blue vein that runs right here. I'm gonna cover that up with this. Works great. Now that vein's gone, and I have a blue vein over here and some darkness here. All right, so that is that. So in between the shades, I like to clean this wax off. I like to clean my brushes with Seint's brush spray a lot on the Demi brushes, because that wax builds up and you don't want to build up all different shades on your brush. So this cleaning tile really works nice. Okay, now I'm going to go into 01. I'm going to go back, I'm going to brighten up everything, and then I'm going to do the rest of the eye. So let's do that. Start over here. So let's go, I'm just pushing this in, dabbing it in. So I got a new mirror. I'm so happy. It has an extension. So I was noticing in my videos I was hunching forward. It wasn't very attractive. It was hard on my neck. So this is great. I can put it right underneath the phone. I still have to look over here, which I'm getting used to. But I'm making improvements. Yesterday I filmed on Facebook, so I got to film the phone vertically, and that's so nice. I'm going to take this on top of my eyelids. And then I'm going to take that 01 right back on top of that 03. You can stack the shades. Dark circles be gone. Take the brush, I'm flipping it over, and I am just blending this, just tapping it in. This is undetectable person to person. No one's gonna see this. It makes you look younger because you don't have all that concealer under there. So if you didn't want to switch all the way over to Seint Cream Makeup and you just want to color correct, you can totally do that. Down below in the description, you just click on this video and a description will drop down. I list all the shades that I'm using, and there is a form there to contact me for a color match. So if you want a color match, you send me your selfie and then I color match you. And then if you are concerned about your dark circles, just let me know and I'll color match you for them too at the same time. But if you just want color match for dark circles, or maybe you have a birthmark or something, just contact me for that. Okay, isn't that amazing? It's beautiful. Let's go to the other eye. So we put the 03 down here. I'm going to go back and just brighten where that 03 was. Now this isn't going to get rid of wrinkles. It's not going to get rid of texture. Nothing does. Except maybe procedures. I'm aging gracefully the best I can. Because I really can't afford to have procedures. So I'm really taking good care of my skin. Drinking my water. The procedures are expensive. I certainly can't afford to do that. All right. And I don't have anything against it. If I could afford it, I might get some Botox, have a little stuff done to my lip. I'm not against it at all. All right, there we go. Look at how beautiful that is. Looks completely natural. It's all gone. All that darkness is gone. That dark circles really can age you, make you look tired and worn out. Now there's one last thing I really like to do, and I like to go into this pretty pink shade. It is called 01. I'm going to dab into this, and now this is going to help get rid of the discoloration I have on the top of the cheekbones. I also use it down the sides of my nose, and you'll watch, it just brightens everything up. It is so pretty. That this shade just brings youth back under the eye. You see the difference? I love it. Dipping in to get some more. So I'm just going down where I have this discoloration down here, going down into, if we have a dent down in here, a trough, this can help brighten that area down in there. And I put it right here. Did you see how that, I have dents right here. Let's see if I can brighten that up. The dent's still there, but at least it's brighter. And then I like to pull this up for a little eye lift. All right, now we're going for this light coverage. So I'm going to use this down the bridge of my nose to brighten this up. This is 01. It's so pretty. And then I like to do down the sides of my nose and take it over on to this part of the cheek. And this just makes you, I don't know why, but it just makes you look younger. It's like a little secret of mine that I bumped in and discovered. Okay. You could put a little bit at the top of your lip here. All right, so that's it for light coverage and Demi. Let's do a little bit of contouring. So I am going to switch over to Seint. I'm going to use their contour. I'm gonna lightly contour today. And since this is a light makeup look, I'm trying to decide which brush to use. Let's just go with the blend brush. And I'm gonna use this side. So I'm gonna go in and just pick up a small amount, and then I'm gonna just add some structure to my face. Let's get rid of this forehead. So I'm just gonna blend as I go. It's just a little bit. I love contouring. So this is casting a shadow on top of my forehead to kind of make my forehead blend off into the distance. If I scoot down, there we go. Not touch forward. All right, there we go. Let's do the cheekbone. So I'm going to start at the top of the ear and go underneath the eye. I really love this cream makeup. There's only 11 ingredients in it. It's clean makeup. Everything's in the compact. And what other makeup company comes with an artist with it? I mean, once you get a color match from me, you can contact me about anything for free. And I love helping because I love makeup. I love talking about makeup. I love helping women feel better about themselves. And as we age, you know, you start to, I don't know, I don't mind aging. There's this, you're comfortable with yourself, but I do like tips and tricks on how to look younger. So contouring is one of them. Now you don't want to bring your contour too low. Keep it up high. You want to try to make it match the other side. I'm angling mine up a little bit. I'm going to try something different today. Everything's on the up to look younger. Let's blend this up a little bit. So you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to do a red lip, but it's going to be light and glossy. And then I'm going to just contour my jawline, these jowls here. Bring this up onto the jowl and then just back here. Remember, dark pushes things back and light pulls things forward. Just blending that in. And you can see that one on camera. It's like snatches it right in. I love doing it. I tell you, it takes 5 pounds off my face. Just chiseling out this jawbone and setting this neck back. I'm gonna go under here. Just a little bit. And then up on that jowl. And just blend this all. Let's do a little bit down the side of our nose. I'm going to use the, oops, drop my brush. I'm going to use the smudge brush. I like using little brushes for little areas. I'm going to do under my lip. It's just a small amount. It pulls, it pushes back and makes the lip look pulled forward. And then I'm going to just go down the side of my nose just for a light contour. Nothing heavy, nothing fancy, just soft, soft, soft is what we're going for today. All right, that's it. What do you think? It looks pretty natural, doesn't it? I'm loving it. Looks like I have pretty skin. Now, you can, let's bronze a little bit. So I'm gonna use Bella bronzer, my favorite. It's right here. The bronzing brush is amazing. I'm just going to dip into that. I'm just going to bronze a little bit. Just a little bit, warm up my skin. My skin does not see the sun ever anymore. But a little bit of warmth makes you look younger. And I'm just doing a little bit. In the summer, I bronze it up. But it is February and I don't want to have a super tan face. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Just a little bit. All right. Now we're going to get to the fun part. Okay, so I chose these colors for the lips and cheeks. I'm doing just a soft Valentine's Day look. We are going to use this pretty shade here. It's called Scarlet. I'm going to use this on the cheeks softly. So I'm going to put this on my finger. It is a matte shade. It's very pretty. I'd say it's a true red. Red is such a nice shade for blush because it looks natural. Because when we blush, our blood comes to our skin. And what's the color of blood? Red. So this looks so natural. I'm flipping that bronzing blush brush over, and I'm just going to push this in. If you haven't used red for blush, try it. You might want to try this Scarlet as so pretty. If you are more I listen to Tool. If you are more cool, you might want to try Ruby. Ruby's a pretty shade. See how pretty that is? It looks like I'm just blushing. So I keep my blush up high. I didn't go past the eye. I kept it up on the angle back to my cheek. Same place as I put my contour. Just going right here, pushing this in. And then I'm gonna pull it up into my hairline. See, I'm pulling it up here to do even more of a lift. Doing the same thing over here. That looks just like I just got done exercising, or maybe I was out in the cold. It looks very natural. I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to place it on the top of my forehead, right above my eyebrows, just to give it a cohesive blushing look. If you want to just stick with all Demi, you could use R5. It's very pretty. Okay, there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go back from back here. I'm so close today. Very natural looking. It's very pretty. It's subtle. You can see when I turn my head, does the job of lifting. All right, so I'm gonna put this on my lips softly. I'm not gonna line them. I'm just gonna use my finger because I just want, I have this gloss on my lips. I'm just gonna put this on top of the gloss softly. I just want a soft lip. Getting a French vibe here. And I want it to be glossy. So I am using this shade here, La Cienega. It's a gloss. And I'm gonna place this on my lips so they look nice and juicy. And soften up that red a little bit. La Cienega right here. And that was Scarlet. All right. Stay tuned because now we're going to do a very soft, pretty eye to go along with this. Okay, so I did this eye off camera. I thought I was filming and I wasn't. It's like the worst feeling in the world. You think you're filming and then you go back through your footage, and it's gone, I'll tell you. So I do one eye off camera, so I'm gonna do this eye on camera. All right, so I'm using one brush to do the majority of this work. This is the eyeshadow brush. So we're gonna be working these beautiful shades. I'm gonna go into Paris, and it's just a sweeping motion. I'm just going back and forth from the inside of the eye to the outside of the eyebrow. Now I'm switching into this pretty shade called Claire. It is a warmer pink shade. Just going back and forth. I'm gonna do one more coat. So beautiful. This is just gonna be a soft eye. Flipping my brush now over, and I'm going into this beautiful burnt brown, light brown shade for some definition. It's called Zion. I'm going to tap this into my crease, go back in and pick up some more. Putting it into my crease. I'm going to build out a little bit of a corner here. I'm gonna flip my brush over and blend to the inside, blend this up a little bit, soften up that line. Okay, on the inside of the eye is this beautiful Tawanda. She is so pretty. She's a duochrome. One way she shines gold, and the other way she is pink. I'm gonna put this right smack dab in the center of my eyelid. And you wanna go back and forth with your finger. And then I take a clean finger and just push it in. And if I want some more, I go back to the other finger. All right, I'm gonna go back into Zion and just build up this crease a little bit more. And then one last step. I'm gonna clean off my brush, and I'm going to go into Sabrina. This is gonna highlight our brow bone. So beautiful. It's a warmer shade than Drift. And then this is going in the corner up here, high, up high. And then I'm going to bring it up into Tawanda. Going to go with my multitasking brush. I'm going to pick up some Paris. I'm going to line the bottom of my lashes here. Not going the whole way, but just a little bit. Now I'm going into Claire and doing the same thing, but going and stopping at the pupil. Corner, outside corner here, and stopping at the pupil. Just smoking this out a little bit. Cleaning off my brush. And then I'm gonna go into Zion and just define this outer corner. And there we have it, a beautiful, soft, pink, kind of a smoky pink eye to go along with this glossy red lip. Now I'm going to illuminate. I'm gonna go in with this blend brush, and I'm gonna be using the Illuminator Honey. It is so pretty, and I'm just going to illuminate the tops of my cheekbones. Put some glow on here. Across the top of my forehead. I love this illuminator. It's nothing like a highlighter. This is soft and moisturizing. It's so pretty. I smile and put it on the tops of my cheeks. It makes mature skin glow. I never skip this step. I'm even going to put some across my forehead just for this beautiful soft look, and down the center, the bridge of my nose. Just so beautiful. Can you see that glow? It's so pretty. And then one last thing, I'm gonna grab with the same brush. I'm just gonna pick up a little vanilla dust and powder the end of my nose. I don't like a shiny end of my nose. It's the only place I put powder. besides for my eyeshadow. And I just powder pretty much the sides of my nose and the top. And that's it. I mean, you can put powder wherever else you want, but remember that powder dries out mature skin and settles into fine lines and wrinkles and ages you. Okay, thanks for spending this time with me. If you would like a color match, check out the description. I will come back later and add a link to the eyeshadow tutorial. I apologize, it makes me so sick when that happens. But take care, and I will see you next week. Happy Valentine's Day.